Hi dear friends, in today's lecture we would discuss modifiers. What a modifier is, how does it work, and what is the significance of a modifier in a sentence. Basically there are two types of modifiers, pre-modifiers and post-modifiers. Pre-modifiers are those modifiers which appears before a noun, and post modifiers are those modifiers which are supposed to appear after a noun. Basically both types of modifiers modify nouns. If they appear before the noun, they can modify it. If they appear after a noun, they can modify it. If we talk about modifiers, first is pre-modifiers, other is post-modifier. In case of pre-modifiers, first is determiner, second is participle, third one is adjectives, and fourth one is noun. Noun also is a modifier if it appears before a noun. Post modifiers, in case of post modifiers, prepositional phrases, relative clauses, participle phrases, infinitives and apposites. These are post modifiers and these are pre-modifiers. Pre-modifiers comes before a noun and post modifiers come after a noun, and their basic function are the same, only to modify a noun. No matter will it come at the beginning of the sentence, at the middle of the sentence, it's no matter. In case of determiners, first of all we would talk about determiners. In English language, articles and pronouns, possessive case of pronouns, work as a determiner because they appear at the before a noun and they try to modify a noun, or they try to give extra information about the noun in a sentence. So guys, we would focus first of all on determiners working as a pre-modifier in language. So guys, please look at these determiners which can work in a sentence as a pre-modifier. All the above mentioned pre-modifiers can modify a noun in a sentence. These pre-modifiers can work in a sentence and they can modify a noun. First of all, articles. Articles in English language are determiners. They works as a determiner in language, a and the. Basically we use article in English language and we use article before a noun. If I say I saw a boy, the boy was handicapped. I saw a boy. Here we have used article a because we are here not certain which type of boy we are talking about. So we have used article a, indefinite article. Here we cannot use article definite article because we are not certain which type of boy are we talking about. In the second sentence, we have become familiar about the boy. So, we have used article the. Article the is working as a determiner because here it is giving extra information about the boy, and this extra information about the boy refers to his handicapped nature. In the second sentence, we have become familiar about the boy, that the boy is handicapped, fully handicapped. But in the first sentence, we were not familiar about the handicapped nature of the boy. But in the second sentence, we have fully aware of his handicapped nature. Demonstrative pronouns. Second is demonstrative pronouns. Demonstrative pronouns can work as a determiner and as a modifier in a sentence. Basically, determiners are supposed as a pre-modifiers. The basic difference between determiners and post modifiers is that determiners may come at the beginning of a noun, before the noun, and post modifiers appear after the noun. This, that, these, those. These are demonstrative pronouns working as a pre-modifier in a sentence. If I say this boy, that boy, these boys, those boys, here this, that, these, those appear before a noun boy, and they are giving extra information about the noun boy. If I say this boy is my son. If I say this boy is my son, here this is working as a determiner or as a modifier, pre-modifier, and it is modifying boy. This boy, we are talking about this boy, this particular boy, and this particular boy is my son. So guys, in the same way we can use these modifiers, these, that, these, those. In the same way we can use it. In the next, possessive pronouns. Possessive pronouns can also work as a pre-modifier or as a determiner in a sentence. My, your, his, her, their, our, its. These are possessive pronouns and they require a noun to modify it. If I say my school is near my home. My school. Here my school, we are talking about my school. There are a number of schools, but here we are talking about only my school, and my school is near my home. So guys, here my, both my is supposed to work as a determiner or as a possessive pronouns. Possessive pronouns can also work as a determiner in a sentence. Quantifiers. Quantifiers are also as a determiner used in sentences. Some people, some boys. If I say some people, some boys, something, anything, nothing, these are pre-modifiers. Few people, a few people, the few people. Here this is to be remembered that if I use a few, the few, little, a little, the little, these are the quantifiers and they refers to the degree and extent of a noun. Apart from this, a lot of, lots of, a little, the little, little. These are the pre-modifiers, and these are supposed to work in a sentence and they can modify a noun. So, these determiners can be called as a pre-modifier. Hi guys, look these sentences. First of all, present participle. Present participle can also work as a pre-modifier in a sentence and it can modify a noun. Present participle can work in a sentence as a pre-modifier and it can modify a noun and it can work before a noun because it is a pre-modifier. In the first sentence, a smiling boy. Boy is a noun that is being modified by smiling. Smiling is a verb form and it is present participle and it is working as a pre-modifier. In the second sentence, that is an example of past participle. Here past participle form is also working as a pre-modifier in the sentence. Person. Person is a noun that is being modified by motivated. Motivated, it is a past participle. Smiling, it is a present participle. In case of present participle, we add ing form in the verb, and in case of past participle, we use third form of a verb as an adjective. Here it is modifying the noun person and this present participle is also modifying the noun boy. So, we can say that in case of pre-modifiers, present participle or past participle can work as a pre-modifier. Adjectives. These are the pure adjectives. Why do I say these are pure adjectives? Because here we are talking about only pure adjectives. It is not participle, it is not gerund, it is only pure adjective. You are a good person. Good. Here good is working as a pure adjective in a sentence and it is modifying the person. It is giving extra information about the noun person. In the second sentence, she cannot marry a flat person. Flat is also a pure adjective that is modifying a person, that is giving extra information about the person in the sentence. The third one is, it is difficult to find an honest person. Person is a noun, honest is a pure adjective here. Apart from this, noun also can work as an adjective or a pre-modifier in a sentence here. This can be proved in both the sentences. I make Bollywood movies. Movies, which type of movies? Bollywood movies. Here Bollywood is working as an adjective in the sentence and we can say that it is working as a pre-modifier. We cannot say it pure adjective because in case of pure adjective, a pure adjective can exist alone, but these types of noun or these types of nouns or determiners and participles cannot work as a pure adjective in a separate sentence. So, separate sentence means if except adjective, if all appear in a anywhere, not in a sentence, then we can say that these are determiners, these are pre-modifiers working as an present participle, past participle, we can say. But we can say all these pre-modifiers as an adjective if they work in a sentence. But There is no such condition in case of pure modifiers. Pure modifiers are words. They are pure if they are separate from a sentence, and if they work in a sentence, then too they are pure. Their purity will not lose its significance. Either they work separately from the sentence or they work jointly in a sentence. Good person, if I remove these things, good person, now this is adjective. If I remove person, now it is working as an adjective. But in case of noun working as an adjective, if I remove these things of Bollywood movies, if I remove noun, now it has become a noun. It is not a pure adjective. In case of pure adjective, it is important to focus that if a word if a word tries to give extra information, if a word gives information about a noun without being used in a sentence, then we can say that that is a pure adjective. But if a noun tries to modify another noun working along within a sentence, then we cannot say that this is the pure adjective, because pure adjective can work out of the structure of a sentence, but determiners, pre-modifiers as participles, present past participles, they can work as an adjective or as a determiner only if they work in a structure of the sentence, and out of a structure of the sentence they cannot work as an adjective in a sentence. They cannot not work as an adjective if they are separate from the structure of the sentence. So, in case of pure adjectives and ready-made adjectives, we can say that these are ready-made adjectives because they cannot modify a noun until they work in a structure of the sentence, but a pure adjective can work as an adjective out of the structure of a sentence. If it is out of the structure of a sentence, it can work as an adjective, but such condition is not with these ready-made adjectives. We can say that these are ready-made adjectives. So guys, please look these sentences. Prepositional phrases. First of all, we would talk about prepositional phrases. Prepositional phrases can work as a post modifier in a sentence, and here prepositional phrase is working as a post modifier in the form of in the blue top. Look at the girl. This is a complete sentence. Now here preposition is working and the phrase is the blue top. The blue top is giving extra information about the noun girl. Look at the girl, and this girl is supposed to have weared the blue top. In the second sentence, he is a man of his words. Which type of man is this? The man of his words. It means his words. His words is giving extra information of the noun man being connected with a preposition. So we can say that it is a prepositional phrase because prepositional phrase work just after a preposition in a sentence. Relative clauses. Relative clause, as we have already told you, the differences which exist between a phrase and a clause. A phrase is supposed to have neither its subject nor its predicate, but in case of clauses, a clause is supposed to have its own subject and its own predicate. In case of phrases, there may be a subject or predicate, but both cannot exist in a phrase. In case of relative clause, this is the clause, not a phrase. In case of clauses, there is subject and its own predicate, but in case of phrases, we do not have subject or predicate. She is the girl. She is the girl whom I love. Whom I love. The girl here, the girl is a noun, and this relative clause is modifying the girl. Here the girl is supposed to find extra information through this relative clause whom I love, and whom I love is giving extra information about the girl. In the second sentence, this is the house where I live. This is the house. This is the same house where I live. It means where I love, where I live. This is giving extra information about the house. This is the same house where I live. So guys, these are relative clauses, and relative clause can work as a post modifier, because relative clause come in a sentence just after a noun and tries to modify a noun used before it. Apart from this, this is the present participle phrase, and present participle phrase can also work as a post modifier in a sentence. Past participle can also work as a post modifier in a sentence. The boy wearing the red dress. The boy, this is the noun, and wearing the red dress. This present participle phrase is giving extra information about the noun boy. If I remove this present participle phrase, then the sentence would not lose its full expression, but it would not give extra information about the boy. The boy is from my school. Which type of boy we are talking about here? This is the same boy wearing the red dress. We are talking about that boy that is wearing a red dress. So guys, the boy wearing the red dress, and the red dress is a participle phrase that is giving extra information about the noun boy. Past participle phrase. The man arrested by the police is a serial killer. The man arrested by the police. Arrested by the police is a past participle phrase because this is giving extra information about the noun the man. If I remove this, the sentence would not lose its expression. The man is a serial killer, but if we have added this past participle phrase, and here this is working as a post modifier, and that is giving extra information about the noun used before it, and this noun is the man. In the third sentence, I am living in a house. I am living in a house built by my father. Built by my father is giving extra information about the house. So guys, this is the post modifiers in English language. Please note down. So guys, please look at these sentences. Infinities and apposites are supposed to work as a post modifier in a sentence. First sentence, I have a lot of people to meet today. I have a lot of people to meet today. To meet today is giving extra information about the noun people. So we can say that infinitives can also work as a post modifier because It is a post modifier and it is modifying the noun used just before it. He is looking for a girl to marry. To marry is infinitive which is modifying girl. To marry is giving extra information about the girl. Apposites. Apposites can also work as a post modifier. Examples: my friend Mohan is a YouTuber. A YouTuber, friend Mohan. Mohan is a YouTuber and YouTuber is Mohan. So, where one noun expresses the meaning of another noun, that we can say that it is working as an apposite. Kapoor, a very popular actor, is my friend. Kapoor renames a very popular actor is my friend. Here a very popular actor is working as an apposite in the sentence which is modifying Kapoor. So guys, these are the examples of post modifiers in English language. So guys, here in case of modifiers, we want to focus on pure adjectives and manipulated adjectives. What is the difference between pure adjective and manipulated adjectives? Pure adjectives are those adjectives which can work as an adjective being separated from the structure of a sentence. But in case of manipulated adjectives, they cannot work as an adjective keeping themselves out from the structure of a sentence. It means manipulated adjectives can work in a sentence, but pure adjectives are adjectives either it is working in the structure of a sentence or it is working out of the structure of a sentence. But in case of manipulated adjectives can work only in the structure of a sentence. Out of the structure of sentence, they cannot work as an adjective. But in case of pure adjectives can work, no matter whether they are working in a structure of the sentence or they are working alone anywhere. So guys, this is the basic difference between pure adjective and manipulated adjectives. If we talk about pure adjectives, if I say honest, beautiful, hot, these are the pure adjectives. They are pure adjectives no matter whether they are working in a structure of the sentence or they are working out of the structure of a sentence. But in case of manipulated adjectives are adjectives only if they work in the structure of a sentence. As I say, Bollywood movies. Here Bollywood is working as an adjective because it is giving extra information about the movie. Which type of movie? Bollywood movie. So this is working as an adjective, but it is manipulated adjectives. In the lack of this noun, this Bollywood has no existence as an adjective in the sentence. If I remove this noun, now it is not adjective, it is only as a noun. But in case of pure adjective, if I add any noun to be modified here, they can work as an adjective. If I remove the noun, yet they can work as an adjective here, because they can work and they can express the same sense. Either they are working in the structure of the sentence or they are working out of the structure of the sentence. This is the basic difference between pure adjective and manipulated adjective. So guys, here we would like to close this class, and we would meet in our next class. Thank you.